So from the week 29th to 3rd of January, it was the New Year week, and overall we were just overtrading and not taking profit. I'll go over psychology afterwards because I think that's basically linked to this week going badly, just because I hadn't had momentum and I just went in. So we took 10 trades, 2 small wins and 8 losses. The maximum loss on a trade would be 2R, and each R is a percent, so 2%. So on Monday the 29th, we had 2 losing trades and they were minus 1.5R each, so that's minus 3R on Monday. And what we can see on the top left one is that I had not seen this fractal market shift, and this is not a clear selling pressure, but I didn't see that and entered into the first one and then scaled in on the second. And we can see from this data comparison another date of May the 14th 2024, where when there was a selling, when sellers were actually in, there was the V-shape 1 hour selling bearish pattern from a premium as well, whereas this pricing is not. Overcommitting to incorrect analysis, not take profit where price reacted, and instead of price going down, it reacted off here and came up higher. So that was 2 trades in minus 1.5R to make minus 3R overall. Now Wednesday 31st December, overall minus 0.5 for that day. This was the first entry and this was the second entry. But in between these 2 entries we had 2 losses, because we can see here I just completely miscalculated this entry, and even after the 1 hour bearish I still entered. It's so stupid, man. We exited right here. So price came down, we entered that second trade. As price was giving this indecision, we exited both those trades to make right there. I saw that and I saw this come up and I was like, what am I doing in this trade? Let me get out. From 2 losses, we overcommitted to an incorrect analysis and revenge traded after it. It makes times 2 loss, which was a minus 3R. So the first loss was a stupid trade itself. I mean, look at this, man. To buy into this, that's what I did. After that one lost, I then bought again as a revenge, which wasn't captured because it was such a fast loss. I didn't even have time to fucking journal that's revenge trade. And so that was another minus 1.5R. So that was anger and adrenaline, which were my psychological issues as a revenge trade. But this has happened twice this week. Issue with this revenge trading after a loss. The overall that we see closing the week, but yeah, Wednesday we can see that price came down here and then tested these highs again. So this trade was just completely wrong. We had the worst of everything, man. It was terrible. It was minus 6.5R, painful. I moved my stop loss to minus 2R after it was rejected from around here, and that meant that my setup in itself was just negated. Price created a fractal market shift down here, which we can see there was a little bit of price going down, and then when price actually closed below that, when price closed below this demand zone, that would create a fractal market shift. So internally price was now wanting to go downwards. Price swept that liquidity above these highs, showed 5-minute indecision dojis with a 15-minute Maribozu bearish pressure, and price just completely collapsed. Not only did I not see this, but I also moved my stop loss. So I lost twice as much because I negated my initial setup. Not only would have we not had a loss, but I also revenge traded after this loss. So because I moved my stop loss and lost it, I then entered another trade and lost another 1% as a combination to cause that revenge trading loss. We didn't know what was going on. Negating the setup as really fundamentally an issue. We didn't recognize the fractal market shift because we didn't see this. Price went down to this. It's another supply demand zone because we were incorrect so many times. I entered here and price went down. Not only did we lose this and then suddenly get lost and panicked. Because of that, we lost another 1.5. We saw price come back up and we just got back out. Yeah, that was a nice sort of burial, I suppose. Not just minus 5R, but also just minus 6.5R because of some loss, being lost and panicking. So the overall lessons from this, absolutely insane. Don't move the stop loss because it negates the setup, overcommitting to an incorrect analysis when I could have just taken profits instead. We lost 3% unnecessarily. We have multiple issues within some of them. For example, looking for the fractal market shift for internal confluence, followed by dojis and maribozus. Not taking profits and seeing the correct analysis. Revenge trading on top of incorrect analysis. And then revenge traded, and of course we were liquidity because we didn't know really what was going on. We were just revenge trading without looking at analysis and taking a step back. There is balance in consolidation, so even though we might be mindedly wrong, just recognize that there's balance in order flow and things don't just react straight away. Like it was just completely just out of fear that we tried to get into something which was completely not ready and we were just reading it wrong. Unnecessarily lost. Just lots to learn from. And that it's not ready. We just completely incorrectly read this. So let's just improve on our internal analysis and not be so stuck up on our imagination. We can see there needs to be a V-shape, a turning point. So we were trading from the 29th, but we only started our psychology on the 31st, and that's partly why things didn't go well for this trading week, is that we weren't even prepared psychologically. And we've turned it to presence internal affirmations Thursday. It was all very good, but these things take a bit of time, like the delayed gratification. These things take a bit of time. Just going in onto Friday, it just didn't work out. And just Wednesday, even that's when we started. We lost. We lost on Monday, we lost on Wednesday, and we lost on Friday. It was just too late that we were starting psychology and entering into the market. Friday, no run, no 6 hours, no 1 hour reading, but we've started getting this gym stretching and peace presence with internal affirmations. Those two are new additions that we are wanting to really achieve. We're stretching on our off days when we're not gymming. And going on to Saturday, we had 2 healthy meals, just no reading today because we were just so busy. This week just was lack of preparation on psychology, and these are the lessons technically as well as psychology in terms of revenge trading, and moving stop loss, that's technical as well as psychology. Bad week, but we want to start this week review just to get the ball rolling. Minus 10%, 3-4 weeks to get 100%. We want to hit 100%, so let's just come back into the market with discipline, patience. My word for the year is discipline, so let's just Let's smash that.